Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to... Doomlink's Live Hunts. Is that going to... yes. I just wanted to put on the record that N10 has made a room called Erotic Roleplay in the Wii U servers of 3 Ultimate. Thought that that was important for you all to know. I regrettably do not have my keyboard on my lap right now, which is very annoying. I think we have very clearly established that sensible protocol would be to have it on my lap at the beginning of this recording, or any recording for that matter. But I seem to always forget that little detail, that little part of the setup process, which is slightly annoying, but whatever. I'm gonna go and grab that. Alrighty. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to join someone else's room or if I'm going to make my own. We're going to find out. Need to deal with my hair first. Setting up the recording, then setting up my hair. That usually is how these things go. Sometimes it's the other way around, really depends. The beverage today is the same beverage as yesterday, although I was not drinking the beverage in question during the last 3 Ultimate recording. I was instead drinking it during the Twilight Princess livestream playthrough recording, part 7. It is Echt Schlenkerler. Echt. You know, Echt Schlenkerler, blah 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 blah. Weizen. And I don't know how I feel about it. In fact, I do know how I feel about it. I don't like it nearly as much as Urbok. You can't see the label properly because there is literally green on this particular label, which means that it's not going to, you know, it is entirely uncongenial to my green screen. My green screen doesn't like it, my green screen removes it. So there you go. Hello, Jenny. But yeah, it's fine. I just need to not, you know, inhale so much of its aroma. Otherwise it's going to drive me nuts. Pouring it in my Castile glass, a glass that I almost never pour the beer that it is supposed to have poured into it, for the reason that I just don't have that beer on hand at the moment. When I did buy this glass over 2 years ago, the beer was at my local bottle shop, but no more. Maybe I'll have to ask them to get it back in. It's a rather nice 10 ABV blonde ale. Well, not really blonde, more like amber. But anyway. Well, it sounds like fun, Jenny. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Oh, is my controller... No, don't join Erotic RP. I was literally pressing B with the intention of going back. You can see there are 22 people online right now. I don't know what on earth has happened to get this many people playing at this time of day. You see, I've got no idea how many people are playing it in the middle of the day in Europe. I couldn't possibly know, because I'm sleeping. But, yeah. This is more than I've ever seen in recent weeks, months, and even years, honestly. But anyway, so there's a key quest room. I would rather not join that, although if that's all that's on offer, and it looks like that is all that's on offer, I suppose I'll join that. I don't want to speak too soon, but I've never, at least not recently, started a live stream in this game and been unable to join a room. Ahahaha. This is why you don't say these things. This is why you don't say these things. Oh my god. This usually happens when you are unable to establish a smooth connection with the host of the room. I find that that usually has to do with geographical distance. He's probably in Europe, and I just can't connect to him right now. See, I thought it was safe to say that because clearly I had a room to join, but no. I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to have to make my own room, and I'll have to appeal to N10 in whatever way I can to get him to stop doing whatever he's doing, which I can only assume to be erotic role-playing. Of course, it could very well be something else, but I can only go based on the knowledge, or go off the knowledge that I have been given, and that is that he's doing erotic roleplay. So, yeah. And the playing with friends button, why does it refuse? Is my B button broken or what? B. Could it possibly be that my B button is broken? Because it doesn't work. Can I use the B button on the Wii? What? Did it just work in a delayed fashion? Okay, so it works on the Wiimote, but not on my... Well, now it's working on the controller. What the fuck is going on? I've never encountered this before. It seems to be a game-related issue where it doesn't want to recognize my B button press. Brandon at HunterRank26, he is fresh into HR break. Like, he literally would have just HR broken. Anyway, I'm glad I didn't end up making a room, because then we would have missed each other. That is one of the problems with this game. It is the fact that you can't actually see the lobby status when you've created a room. So if, let's say, there are 3 possible people who could have played together, if they all make their own rooms, then they don't play together because they don't even realize that they're sitting there waiting for people who can't join because they've already made their own rooms. It's just dumb. It's a dumb system. And it was that way in Try as well. I'm not saying that they fucked that up specifically for this game, and then it was perfectly fine in Try. That was always a problem, but I just wish it could have been addressed at some point. And it never was. I mean, all Capcom did was make the online system worse in the following games, rather than, you know, reach this standard and improve upon it, because there is room for improvement, as can be clearly established based on what I've just been complaining about. So, yeah, thanks Capcom. Hello, Caesar. Okay, don't know what's happening with Brandon. We will find out. He's loading into the area. I can hear the disc loading. Yeah, the controller was shocked, actually. Nice to meet you, says Brandon. This beer kicks me in the teeth every time I drink it. There's something about the flavor, you know, it's not a heavy beer, but the flavor is just so rich. It's just this incredibly rich flavor, and I'm still not entirely sure if I like it. It's just, I don't know. I suppose when it comes to flavors, everyone's got flavors that they like and flavors that they don't like so much. This one, I'm on the fence about it. I like the smoky notes that it has, but the actual flavor in and of itself is really not something that I think I enjoy. I don't know. It's very hard to explain my feelings about it, but I did buy 2 of them yesterday, and I was not willing to drink 2 that day. So I've saved it for today, and I'm drinking it now, and I don't think I'll be purchasing another one. That's all I can say. Hello, N10. If you would like to continue your erotic roleplay, then I'm not going to hold it against you, but I would recommend that when you have the chance, you join this room hosted by Brandon, who is just out of G rank. He's technically still in G rank, but he only just HR broke. Okay. In terms of what I would like to use for... Oh, I probably should say hello. Hi, is what I will say. I think it would be the right thing to do to say hello. What would be fun to use? How about... Well, no, this isn't necessarily fun to use, but I will use it. Switch Axe. Water Switch Axe. Demon Bind, right? I don't find myself using this very often these days. Celestial Demon Bind is what it's called in this game. It was Demon Bind back in Try. And of course the textures here just look like fucking balls. Complete balls. Compared to Try, the texture on this Switch Axe just... ugh. It's disgusting. Anyway. It's one of those weapons where it is immediately apparent if you played Try. Because this was... I mean, in Try you had two choices for switch axes. For water, you had the Cedeus switch axe, or you had this. And I found myself using this more often than not. So, you know, I looked at it a lot. And I can tell you, this looks like crap compared to that. You were playing 3 Ultimate on your 2DS. I see. You know, I used to knock the 2DS. I always thought it was a really stupid system. But I didn't actually realize that... I mean, I sort of understood, but didn't truly appreciate the fact that the 3DS with 3D turned off still has this fucking terrible effect on the top screen that can only be present on a screen that has 3D capabilities. In other words, 3D off is not going to completely remove the 3D effect. It doesn't actually create a 3D effect, admittedly, but it's an effect which was rather accurately described by someone I know as swimming through Vaseline. It's just this, it's almost like there's this layer of goop on the screen. It's just disgusting. So really, the best thing to do, I suppose, if you're going to play on a 3DS is to get a 2DS. You can't fold it, but hey, I think that would be the best thing to do. Now, I've never used a 2DS. I suppose, was there a 2DS XL? If there was a 2DS XL, then that is officially the definitive way to experience a 3DS game on that system. Hello, Demi. I haven't played with Demi in a while. This person's using the set that everyone uses for... well, not everyone, but it's one of the armor sets that you use for 4-point formation. This is basically the meta 4-point formation gunner set. This is not the set that I use, needless to say, for normal up. I use something rather different. Mia is not able to join because this is an HR8 quest, and admittedly, there was no information in the room information, let's not repeat those terms, there was no information provided in the room name that suggested that we would be doing quests above HR8, or HR8 and above. So I can't blame Mia for joining. You can check again, but the requirement hasn't changed. That's Mia sort of having a mini protest. That's Mia saying, well, I can't join, but I'm not leaving. There seems to be a bit of a disconnect between what you're saying and what you're doing. The decent thing would be to leave. Not to sit there and expect that the next quest we're going to do is going to be something that you can join. And furthermore, it would be discourteous to expect that we're going to alter the agenda for your benefit alone. I don't like that sense of entitlement. Anyway. This person has literally forced us to hunt with 3 people, so there you go. Hello, Crimson Gunner, I haven't seen you in a bloody long time. At least it feels like it's been a bloody long time. I don't know if you're a more recent viewer who has only talked a little bit, or if you're a viewer from a long time ago that I haven't seen talk in a while. Oh, you're a lurker. Okay. You're one of those people. The ones that I don't realise are here because they literally never say anything. And yeah, Citra is the best way to experience a 3DS game. Most certainly. Well, it certainly is on Twitch, Crimson Gunner. Because when people do eventually interact, it's on such a low level sometimes. Not on my streams, but on other streams, yes. Really, lurking is best for the community. Oh, Mia asks after we've departed, when you get back, can I do a quest? Well, I don't know. I understand that Mia doesn't really have anywhere else to go. Brandon says sure. Brandon is feeling charitable today. Okay. I'll make an allowance for that behavior, if only for the reason that there is no other room for this person to join. Ideally, I would be hitting the wings. I suppose at this point I'm aiming for the legs so that I may knock the monster down to then proceed to hit the wings. We've got bombs here. Probably not going to work. It will work. Unfortunately, I couldn't line up with the trap there. I might... Okay, I'll drop 2 bombs. We'll go all in. So... if we could detonate these bombs when he goes in for the attack after Around the World, that would be great. So I'm going to line... I think Demi is of the same mind. I do think so. If we could do that, that would be great. And then knock him out of the fucking air. Could you imagine how good that would be? He's not doing the attack. For fuck's sake. You're an insufferable creature, do you know that? But that really would be one of the best, I guess, ways to knock a monster out of the air. If you think about it. And I was 100% going for that. But... Around the World is sort of a legacy move from 1st and 2nd gen that for some reason wasn't removed, but the ridiculous thing is that it almost never finds itself accompanied by an attack. He just fucking flies around for no reason. That's probably a good call. Alright. You really should be going for the legs, you know. I don't believe the head is as much of a shot zone weak point. Oh, she is going for the legs, I think. No, mostly the head. As you do, Demi. But yeah, the way I use heavy bowgun and normal in general is to not crouch fire, but rather to... Demi took a hit because Demi is a bit too aggressive on the gun. But yeah, basically, evade extender with heavy bowgun for good repositioning and high DPS without having to be reliant on a shield. I think really the... I don't know. It's hard to say. It does depend on the hunt. As to whether or not crouch fire has higher DPS than evade extender on a heavy bowgun. Definitely dependent on the hunt. For a hunt like this, I would say evade extender for sure would have higher DPS because this person has to, you know, take the time to get... I mean, look at... To shoot that far out of critical distance is really to demonstrate that you haven't got a clue as to what you're doing with the gun. Like, really? You're shooting normal. Even Pierce would be a bit dubious at that distance, but normal? Anyway, I'll try to be less critical. But yeah, that's actually embarrassing. Alright, wing time. Doesn't aim for the weak point. And also doesn't shoot within critical distance. And also brings crouch fire to one of the most mobile flying wyverns in the game. So I don't really know what to say other than not everyone gets it when they've played for long enough to reach HR 999 in a game like this. Oh yeah, that's cool, Caesar. I seem to recall... Yeah, actually, I do recall. See, I knew that there was someone who watched me called Caesar in the past, and now that I think about it, yeah, I think that would have been a YouTube viewer, so... It has been a while, hasn't it? Yeah. Oh, I don't know if the head was broken. I'm not sure. I suppose that would be fair. That would be a fair assumption. The head does become a weak point after it breaks, but I think it's the same in 3rd gen, honestly. I don't know. I do think it's the same in 3rd gen. I think it was established to be that way in 3rd gen. I don't know. I'm willing to stand corrected in that regard, but To shoot outside of critical distance really is one of the dumbest things you could do with a normal heavy bow gun, because, again, critical distance is most important with normal. There is no other shot type that is more in need of shots to take place within critical distance than normal. That is the shot type where you need to do that. It wasn't added until 4? Okay. I do forget when things were added. When you go back and forth between so many versions of Monster Hunter, you do sometimes forget what started when. It's very confusing. 4 different generations of Silver Rathalos I fight. Not 5, because I don't play 5th gen, but yeah. If you could get down, that would be very good. I'd be a happy chap. As far as how much Demi's contributing, I couldn't really say. I will put down a shock trap. I don't have a pitfall. If I had a pitfall, I'd bloody put it down. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I didn't realise that Rathalos was going to be knocked down with that. Even with the exhaustion, the shock trap didn't do much because that was the 3rd shock trap. If I had a pitfall, I would have put it down. I just don't have any pitfalls in this fucking game. I need to address that. I really need to address that. I don't know why it's so damn hot in my room. I'll have to actually take off my jacket. To the delectation of some viewers, of course. Watching me strip. And probably not. Okay. Get this thing off. I don't even know where to put my keyboard in the meantime. I probably won't carve. I don't think I need anything. Well, I don't need anything. It's never a matter of need. Okay, the back brake part, that's not something that I forget, because I can associate that completely with the verticality. That's not something to forget. Not for me, anyway. The only monster that had a back brake was Yangaruga. And I can remember that because that was a novelty. That was unique to that monster. So that's not something that I forget. And by verticality, I mean mounting. I say verticality to refer to the whole 4th gen system of just being able to jump around and mount and all of that business. Mounting is part of the verticality change to Monster Hunter, which is a change that I like and dislike, but I wouldn't suggest that it be removed. I think it's a fine addition. A natural progression in the series. That has its drawbacks and its boons. Alright. It would appear that N10 does not intend to... Well, I mean, he hasn't given notice of his intention to join, so I can only assume that he's, at this time, very, very involved and invested in his erotic role-playing. And I wouldn't want to interrupt that. Mia has patiently waited for us to finish that particular quest. It's getting really heated right now, that's good to hear. I'm sorry that I can't join in, really. Keyboard. There we go. Mia, of course, is AFK. Now, you're perfectly welcome to go AFK, but you need to be close enough to your game to know when we return. In my case, what I would do is I'd, put on a documentary or listen to some music and veg out. Whereas this person might have gone and made a fucking sandwich. I don't know. Everyone's different, I suppose, but... I'd just go and listen to some 80s heavy metal or something. That's what I do with a lot of my time. This Mia person doesn't seem to realize that they are not the be-all and end-all of this room. Like, they are not somehow more important than anyone else. I know they might be under that impression. But, you've taken a spot in spite of the fact that you couldn't join the quest that we were doing. You've asked to do your own quest without even establishing if there's a turns system in progress right now. Absolutely no establishment of that fact. And furthermore, this person wants to go AFK when we return, so we have to sit here and wait for them. I mean, it really does beggars belief. It's pathetic, actually. You'd be a bit humble and you'd fucking leave, wouldn't you? But... not everyone's that way. They do, Crimson Gunner, they do. Quite frankly, if I were in Brandon's position, Mia would have been removed by now. I don't have an issue with the fact that Mia's going to actually go AFK while we're doing our own quest, that's fine, but you need to check back frequently. We've been back from the quest for 3 minutes now. Or more. So, whoops. Doing Gold Raytheon, so I will change elements. But yeah, really, come on. It's always nice to be supportive of other people in the community, but there's a point where it gets a bit... well, you overstep the line. Yes, Thunder Gunlance. Let's get Zvolta. No, that's... I read Zvolta, and the word Volt just jumped out at me as being, oh, thunder. No, actually. Your subconscious mind is not too bad, Doomlink, but that is not a Thunder Gunlance. We want Lightning Blaze. That's even more explicitly lightning/thunder related. It is in the name, Doomlink. Thank you. Natural lighting's a bit lacking at the moment, but I don't know if that's set to change. I really don't know. The lighting is becoming a bit unruly. If it remains that way, I may have to get my summer lighting scenario organized, which basically involves blocking the sunlight from entering my room because it's too bright. And yeah, it's basically in the interest of consistency that I would do that, because otherwise, I'd be setting up the recording for, maximum fucking natural light, and then when that disappears, it just turns so dark that you can't see me. It's alright at the moment. No, actually, it's not alright. It's too fucking dark. What I'll do is I'll ready up for this quest, and then I'll go and sort that out. Uno momento. There we go. It's a bit better now, as I'm sure you can appreciate. B button. What's going on with my B button? Hello? This is problematic. Can you believe that? Isn't that funny? There's something going on with the game. So basically I press the B button on the Wii remote, and then that unsticks it. It's like the B button gets stuck, and it's totally unrelated to the controller, and seems to instead relate to the game. That's really weird. That makes no fucking sense. Anyway. Oh, look who's whipped out the Kelby deer shot. Because someone was totally ineffectual in the previous hunt, so you whip out literally the most broken and mindless fucking set in the entire game. I don't know how I feel about you, Demi, but not quite HR 999 worthy. Because that would be my personal evaluation. Could possibly be a person who just did 4-point formation to get there. It's looking like it because Demi did have the perfect 4-point formation loadout equipped there. Demonstrated that she or he had no ability to really use it outside of 4-point formation. And needless to say, a person who does that quest and grinds that to get to Hunt Rank 999 has not really experienced the game in an authentic way. You know, their experience getting to Hunt Rank 999 did not involve hunting all of these different monsters and using all of these different weapon types and then developing a very comprehensive understanding of the ways of the game in all regards. No, the person literally just crouch fired and shot Nagakugas and Barioths in the head for a number of hours. So apparently Mia wants to do the Dia Moralis, which is fine. I'm happy to do Dia Moralis. I'm not happy to necessarily do a quest that would be helpful to Mia, because Mia is a person that I have a problem with at this point. I don't like Mia. Now, if you were AFK for reasons entirely outside of your control, then okay, you know, but you'd say that. You'd say, well, maybe Mia is not required to explain why she went AFK, but you know, I'd make some effort after that. I'd be embarrassed, really. But everyone's different. Need to look out for tail swing. I knew that was coming. Well, I knew that it could come, and it did. Oh, get out of the way of that. Oh, managed to knock it down, which was good. Unfortunately, do not have my shots reloaded here, so I can't do the heavy shot after the combo. She's gonna tail flip me while I'm drinking. That was why I suddenly growled like an animal. I'm actually really glad that I raised the brightness of my room light, because it's now rather overcast outside. I started this recording with like bright sunlight shining directly on me, and now it's overcast like it's about to rain. I hate natural lighting, I really do. Ow. I try not to talk about it too much, but sometimes it's just so fucking, you know, problematic that it becomes a topic of discussion as I'm recording. I've got fire on this trap here. Whoa. Wasn't expecting that angle of attack. I will sharpen back up to white, although it won't last at white for a while. Oh no, stop that. Thank you. She listened. She was like, oh, Doomlink's not happy with that, so I'll stop. I was not expecting you to oblige me with that one. In theory, this quest should be over and done with rather quickly, because Demi is using the Kelby Deer Shot. Likely a person who's done nothing but take shortcuts from the moment they got into G rank, or possibly even before. That would be my guess. I was holding my shield up for the bombs, really. I mean, we've been standing behind this trap that is really only going to be effective for a few seconds, maybe 5. Is that worth the destruction of our DPS? Probably not. If this were a pitfall trap, I'd be a bit happier about it, but there we go. I'm actually not going to do my shot because I don't want to hit Brandon away. It'll be fine this time because I'm not facing him. I didn't want to take that risk. It would be so stupid to have the monster in the trap only to knock Brandon away from the monster before he can do his level 3 charge. That would be the dumbest thing to possibly do. What I like about Brandon is that he's perfectly happy to charge his greatsword properly during the hunt. He's not just trying to apply slime damage by going combo greatsword or anything like that. Here we go. Knocked her down, which is good. I'm aiming for the legs to ensure that I don't bounce on anything, by the way. If I aim for that head, the head is a reasonable elemental weak point, not a good physical weak point. But, yeah. I would be bouncing terribly if I aimed for that. Breaking the head is very good for getting rare drops, but I don't think I'll be bothering with that too much. But yeah, this is probably, I'd say these quests here are probably the first time Brandon's fought these monsters, because, again, he only just HR broke, really. And he wouldn't have been able to do these quests before HR breaking, so yeah, these are likely his first gold and silver wrath monsters. Hey, Autonomic. Aim for those wings if I can, or the wing that is down. It's so nice to not just be caught up in the legs because I'm close to them. It's required that they actually touch me, unlike 1st and 2nd gen. Very refreshing. Because in that situation when Raytheon got up and started running, in 1st and 2nd gen I would have 110% been hit there. In fact, I could have been further away from them and I would have gotten hit. There's absolutely no question about it that I would have been hit from that position. It was on the edge, but I just like that allowance to be made. I think she's exhausted. God damn it. Unfortunately, I bounced there. There wasn't much for me to do. I think my chroma key's fine. I might check, but it's probably not fine, but it's not noticeably poor. Let's have a look. Oh, it is actually mostly fine. I'll just have to make a minor adjustment, but yeah, nothing that would be noticeable at all. That's pretty good. Alright. I guess I can carve. Might get a mantle, you never know. But yeah, I think I will discard my carves before the quest finishes. For some reason in fact, I know why I'm enjoying this beer a little bit more right now. It's because I was inhaling the aroma too much. It was maddening. Like, if you inhale the aroma of something too much, you'll just... like, your body almost gets sick of it. It's like, I don't want any of this anymore. I've had too much. And that's how strong the aroma is. So I think, because I was sniffing the fucking thing so much, when I last had this beer, I just couldn't enjoy the flavour anymore. I'm not necessarily enjoying the flavour right now, it's just, it's not bad. Which is nice. I do actually have some space for Gold Raytheon stuff. Surprisingly. That's actually a reasonable talisman, I'll take that. Charmer +7, Guard +3 may as well. That was a Silver Crown, Gold Raytheon. Let's see if Mia is back. And when I say back, I mean not AFK. We can only hope. Mia has posted the quest this time. I swear to God, if this person takes another few minutes to come back, I will lose it. It is a complete disregard for the team dynamic, really. It is a German beer, autonomic. Echt Schlankeler Weizen. Oh, Mia is actually here this time, thank you. That's actually great. Okay, how about I use a bow for the first time in a very long time. I don't know when I last used a bow on a Morales. That's... How many times have I done that? Could not have been many times. I don't want your guild card, you're gonna be joking. I've got one spot left. And I'm not going to fucking put your guild card in there. Quite frankly, it would dirty my list. But yeah, oh, well, I will take... No, I don't want Brandon's guild card either. I don't want anyone's guild card in this room, quite frankly. But yeah, I really don't think I do not remember a time that I used the bow against this monster. That doesn't necessarily mean that I've never done it. But I have no recollection of having done it, so... Yeah, this is unusual. And I'm kind of excited. No thoughts on that, Caesar. If I played that game, I'd have some thoughts to share. I have no thoughts other than it is totally irrelevant to me. That's about all I'll say. No thoughts whatsoever. I'm going to bring combination materials. Nitro Shroom and empty vial. Wherever you might be. I don't have empty vials in my box. Did I eat? Yes, I did. Weakener and Groomer. I see. I'd almost forgotten what Groomer did. I thought it was in some way related to the application of KO build-up for some reason. I don't know why, but there you go. So I suppose in saying that I almost forgot, I really meant I completely forgot, because that is not the effect of Groomer. Morales with a bow. I think this is going to be good fun. Of course, while underwater, I'll have to ensure that I'm pretty close, otherwise I'll be out of critical distance. And I should be able to aim for the chest area while on land, because that's just the nature of a ranged weapon. So that'll be good. Looks like Demi is going Pierce. This is going to be a fairly fast hunt. Got Demi using Pierce. I'm technically using Pierce, but Elemental Bow Pierce. So yeah, this will be a quick hunt. Long story short, Morales will not make it back into the water. If the cutscene plays, then so be it, but it has been skipped. Everyone has to skip it for it to actually be skipped for everyone. Okay. That's fine, autonomic. That is the best way to maintain enjoyment. Playing Monster Hunter endlessly really does no one any favors. I mean, maybe some people are fine with it, but I always need to take a break. When it comes to content creation, I do play consistently in Monster Hunter. But as far as playing it in my own time, that's up and down. I recently started playing it again in my own time. Specifically in the older generations. You know, when the game first came out, everyone always gathered over there to get like max potions and stuff while avoiding the falling meteors. But no one does that anymore. I've never seen it. I haven't seen it in a long time. Is that aimed at me? Yes. On that? No, apparently not. But yeah, you never see it anymore. It's just funny because I remember that being just a standard protocol. Everyone did it. But now, you just don't see it at all. Nobody does it. Just goes to show that the community does dictate the protocol. If, like for example, someone like Brandon, who is, I can only assume, a newer hunter, probably wouldn't even know that that's something you can do because he doesn't see other people do it. I could always aim for the smelter, it wouldn't be a bad thing to do, but I'd like to aim for the chest area. I'm not shooting from this distance because that would be very unhelpful. This is probably fine. You never know, even that might be out of critical distance. Underwater really is a huge setback for pierce effectiveness, or any shot effectiveness really. Have to be very close. It's basically normal shot distance for pierce underwater. But I don't want to be at point blank range, that's not helpful. It might be for normal underwater, but not pierce. This is good though. On land this would be too close, but this is just right for underwater. I couldn't really get out of the way of that. Need to be careful about my health here. We're going to have some falling meteors here, so... I realise that it's not right to call them meteors, by the way. I've addressed that before, it's just the descriptive term that I use. Technically speaking, they're not meteors. Because they are not extraterrestrial. They're just coming out of the sky. Lava rocks is how you would describe them, honestly. Well, perhaps not even lava rocks, just flaming rocks. I don't know, who cares? I don't think anyone's gonna hang me on my use of meteor as a word, or even how I choose to describe these flaming rocks. I think he's about to go on land. Yes. Oh, I just got stepped on. Without much of a stepping animation taking place. I have to be careful here. That head, by the way, has a lot of range. You can see that almost hit me. I'm happy to aim for the head if it seems convenient, but I'll aim for the chest and the arms for now. That's not the arm. The smelter is not even broken yet, which is unusual. Looks like they're trying to aim for it now. Whoa, take it easy with the aiming. What the fuck's going on? In theory, this shouldn't be a long hunt, but Demi's DPS was negatively affected by the fact that she died. That's a head opportunity if I can get there. Trying not to stand in line with Demi, but also trying to get in position for piercing through the head. I don't know if it's a head hit zone or a face hit zone, but I'm hoping that that was the damaging part of the monster that I was piercing through there. That's what I can hope. Whoa. Oh, I thought I was just out of range of that. Got a tail swing coming. Good flinch. Probably gonna have a flaming rock land on me, yeah. I can live with that, really. I'm just trying to keep my DPS nice and high. Oh, fuck. I have to cancel my... Oh. You really are just a Crimson Fatalis, but 10 times worse. I mean, that's a lovely combo. Thank you for that. Mia's now dead. We're actually at risk of failing this fucking quest, if you can believe that. Anyway, that would be my first failed standard Morales in a very long time, if that did eventuate. Anyway, yeah, the whole idea of this monster is to be a reimagining of Crimson Fatalis, but for an underwater game. It is an amphibious Crimson Fatalis. That's what we're fighting here. It's basically Crimson Fatalis, but with a slightly more fleshed out concept to address the capabilities of the monster to, or the ability of the monster to actually summon flaming meteors. Well, this guy is basically a volcano monster. That's how he summons flaming meteors. I think that's a pretty cool idea. He's basically an underwater volcano, but a dragon, which I think is more interesting than Crimson Fatalis. But he summons flaming meteors a whole lot more than Crimson Fatalis, which does make him more annoying. Crimson Fatalis is most people's least favourite Fatalis variant. My least favourite is White Fatalis. This is referring to the older games though. Crimson is probably my least favourite from the modern generations, but referring to second gen, keeping in mind that White Fatalis is a second gen monster. Definitely White Fatalis is my least favourite. Just awful, honestly. Thank you, Mia, for aiming for the head. You do more than what most do. A lot of people aim for the chest. Get for that and get in there and hit that head. Thank you. Demi was perfectly content to shoot at point blank range with Pierce there, so I think we have established that Demi does not actually know what the fuck is going on when it comes to using bogan. I'd just like to cement that point a little more, and then hopefully leave it alone, because I don't want to be sitting here shit-talking Demi for the whole hunt. Or for the whole recording, but... yeah. Oh, I did actually bring combination materials for power coatings, so I'd better go and make those. I did say that we wouldn't have to worry about Morales getting back into the water, but... I didn't account for 2 deaths, and I was also not accounting for the fact that that 2 of the 4 hunters really weren't doing much in the way of damage, so... nothing against them, but I was expecting this to be a bit faster. There we go. I was hoping that it wouldn't take that much longer to kill the monster. Unfortunately, carving underwater is a bit slower. Because you can't crouch carve. Mia has expressed her thanks. Very good. I'm definitely not in need of Morales stuff. I won't even take the scale. I'll get plenty of them in the rewards, and I've probably already got a stack of them. His face looks pretty gross from inside. As you'd imagine, like if I looked at your face from inside your head, I'm sure it would look pretty gross. Or I could just be fair and refer to my own face. If I looked at my own face from inside my own head, it would probably look a bit like that. Got some smelters. Don't have much of that. Yeah, I've got a stack of 99 of those. Not a bad quest for charm farming, though. I mean, this could be your charm farming quest if you were really that way inclined. But I didn't get any good talismans there. He looks like a frog. Giant frog monster. Alright, what are we doing next? Brandon, I can't talk to you right now. Particularly not in private. Well, actually, I could PM him. I forgot what game I was playing for a moment. Let's do that. I'm going to show you guys how this works. So basically what I can do is I can actually go to chat log. And I can actually select Brandon in the chat log. I haven't done this in years. It's probably been like 5 years since I've done this. I can actually short message him. Post HR. Don't worry about Mia. I've got space for that. Feel free to post HRA, don't worry about Mia. There you go. He will read the fuck out of that. Because he's probably never received a short message in his entire time playing this game. Here I was saying, I can't communicate with him in private, and then I realized, short messaging. I'm playing a game where you can do that. Bloody hell. Oh, Carlos, get out of here. I readily admit that you have no other room to join, but this is not your room. I'm sorry. I know it's hard, but the best thing for you to do is make your own room and just have the quest title or the room name be help or something. I don't know. I mean, that would probably get you more results than joining these rooms and hoping for assistance. I don't know. Now, Brandon isn't under any obligation to post HR8 quests. I'm just saying that if he's just HR broken and wants to post HR8 quests because he's just been given access to new quests, then he shouldn't worry about the fact that Mia can't join them, because, quite frankly, Mia has already overstayed her welcome, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's not my room, but yeah. Just got a return short message. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, I completely forgot about that. I'd completely forgotten about that. I didn't even make the connection in my head that Mia was doing the urgent quest. Well, geez. In that case, I will retract everything I've said about Mia up until this point. Because actually, she was only one quest away from being able to do everything that we were doing. So, I mean, it wasn't actually presuming too much of us to ask to do that quest. So, there you go. I apologize for what I've said. I guess that's true, Crimson, but your eye... Oh, well, no. Actually, no. What you said is not true. You don't see with your brain. You comprehend with your brain. You comprehend what is being seen with your brain. But you see with your eyes, and your eyes are technically inside your head, but... Yeah, you're not looking at your own face from inside your head. You know what I mean. But yes, funny. Funny, funny. Alright. So, Carlos needs to be removed from the room. I understand that Brandon's not... I don't know if he left on his own or if he was removed, quite frankly, but he was removed. And, yeah. It's now time for a quest that can't really be set up for with elemental effectiveness, for the reason that one's weak to thunder and the other's weak to ice. So I suppose we'll go Serra Symmetry, or I could alternatively bring a poison greatsword, although I don't think I want to. I don't know why I'm in the mood for greatsword, but I am. We'll go with that. Yeah, I apologize for basically abusing Mia. I've come to realize that it was unfounded. I don't necessarily think that she should have gone AFK in the way that she did, but that was really a grievance that I had while taking into consideration the scenario. On its own, it's fine to do that, because, you know, we can't always be here ready to play at all times. So, yeah. I could technically say that if Mia had been more communicative, then I could have established what was going on a little sooner. I didn't realize that it was Morales that Mia wanted to do immediately. But I'm still in the wrong because I didn't even make the fucking connection when I found out that it was only going to be one hunt that she needed to do to be able to do HRA quests. Alright. Oh, it's two at the same time. This is problematic. I didn't even realize it was an arena hunt, to be completely honest with you. Did not realize. This is not going to be a fun hunt, and I hope that everyone forgives me for not bringing smoke bombs. I don't know how long it'll take to kill the standard Zenoga here. I don't even know which one is worse to leave alone. I think, honestly, Stygian is worse to have attacking us while we're focusing on another monster. Because Stygian has those ranged dragon balls. That's one way to describe that. I'd say it's fairly descriptive. I mean, you know what I'm talking about when I say that, strange as it is. My DPS is so high that I've already dropped down to wide sharpness. I won't actually sharpen up at this stage. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about not having smoke bombed here. I would have, of course, done that, but I didn't realise that it was an arena quest. I don't know where I thought it was going to take place, but I wasn't expecting that. Or this, I suppose. Given that we're here in the quest right now. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about Dragon Blind, of course. That's one good thing. Oh, yeah. I'm glad that I positioned myself out of range there. We can always... Oh, dear. Of all the attacks that you could have done, that was the worst one, Stygian. That is the one that deals the most damage. Oh, fuck. This is bad. This is a bad hunt. What's especially annoying is that we've just got two slime weapon users here, which is not necessarily bad, it's just... It doesn't bode well for flexibility in dealing with difficult situations, because they're probably not well-established hunters. I would be happy to try... If we do fail, then I'd be happy to... That was a fucking solid flash bomb. Nice work. You don't see that sort of flash bomb finesse in this generation of monster. Now, flash bombing as an ogre is not necessarily helpful, but it's helpful as far as getting the other one out of our way. Because you can see the monster becomes less predictable when flash bombed. I'm going to use this Zinogre's body as a shield. What you can hope is that the other monster dealing damage to the main one that you're hunting at this point is going to help in killing this one faster. Very good. I was hoping for that. I do need to sharpen up soon. That is a high priority at this point, I think. I'm doing much less damage than I could be doing if I'm settling for white sharpness. That is the reality of purple. A critical draw level 3 charge with purple sharpness with this weapon is utterly disgusting damage. Like, it is off the charts. Let's hope for lag compensation on that. What are you doing? He's doing 2 charges in one go, you fucker. Or it looked like he was anyway. Very good, got that on the face, but wasn't enough to flinch him, unfortunately. As far as one monster doing good damage to the other, it really is a case of Zinogre dealing good damage to Stygian, not the other way around. I don't think regular Zinogre has much of a weakness to Dragon. There might be one, I just don't remember it. It's certainly not the primary weakness. Whereas in the case of Stygian, his primary weakness is actually Thunder. Oh, get away. I think the biggest thing is the fact that I don't have to worry about consuming nullberries. It is 3rd gen, I don't have the Greatsword Slap. If I had the Greatsword Slap available to me, I would have used it in that situation. You could see that I was out of range there, and I could have brought myself in range with it. I was really happy, by the way, with how Greatsword was improved upon in 4th gen. I was really happy with it. It felt so dynamic and exciting to use. I'm not taking any chances. I'll use Zinogre's body as a shield again. At this rate, I'm just trying to catch up with Zinogre. If you could stop moving just a little bit, that'd be great. I'm using a greatsword, you know. Can't fucking catch up with you the whole time. 4th gen added to greatsword the ability to... So if you roll with the greatsword, you can do a round slash by pressing X. You can also do a slap. So that's not really specific. That's incorrect actually. X after a roll is a slap. A after a roll is a round slash. That added additional dynamics to the weapon. So for example, see, when I roll here, I can't attack out of that. Or I can't do like a single... Oh, why am I attacking you? Get out of here. But yeah, so I have to go for a charge after rolling in this game. Whereas if I roll in 4th gen, like if I did this, I could do a round slash here. No, maybe it is... Sorry, maybe it is X. Look, it's not something that I'd be confused about in terms of button presses if I were physically using the greatsword in the game. It's just that I don't think of what I'm doing in terms of what buttons I'm pressing. It's more of a muscle memory thing. But yeah, I think you need to... If you roll forwards and press X, you can do a slap. But if you're rolling to the side, you can press X and do a round slash. And just that... I did do a dive, you know. Or did attempt to. Fuck me sideways. Anyway, the point of the matter is that it just feels more dynamic. And you can do more with the weapon. Fuck right off. Yeah, this is not that fun. Like, this is a bit of an annoying quest right now. Because I was too stupid to realise that it was actually a... There you go, thank God for that. I was too stupid to realise that it was an arena hunt. So, we were forced to fight them both at the same time. This is a bit dangerous to do this. I do hope for lag compensation dealing the damage in that situation. Mia's getting her calms very well. Oh fuck. See, I was hoping that I'd be able to roll out of the way of the ranged Dragon Balls and the monster's attack at the same time, but I couldn't quite get that out fast enough. What time is it in Australia? It is... midday. Settle for a level 1 here. He summoned that on me. Bastard creature. I'll put down a shock trap, but... well, I'll wait for a good time to do it. I'm not going to get in position for the head. I will settle for a level 1 here because he's going to roll back over. And I forgot that he actually goes into that attack. Completely forgot about that. Thank you for the life bouncer. I cannot believe that last one still got me. That is disgusting. That's pathetic. And I'm in the future too. It is midday on the 10th of October where I am. Venetius has visited the port. Wow. Oh. You know, I don't think Stygian's going to last too long. Hey, I've got a head opportunity. Sort of. I'll have to settle for a level 2. I don't know, Eduardo. Probably in the afternoon. Give it a few more hours, I guess. I mean, it could be evening as well. That's the point. I don't think it'd be in the middle of the day. Although it is a weekend, it could be in the middle of the day. Excuse me, I forgot that it's a fucking Sunday. So, yeah, could be at any time, actually. I don't know much about the schedules of anime anymore, but it should be... could be at any time of the day on a weekend, but it should be in the evenings on a weekday. Some shows air like in the early morning in Japan. Usually the ecchi ones. but some just air really late. That's what they're given. Usually the ones that aren't expected to perform as well are aired at that time. There's a loud vehicle outside. Shut up. Yeah, this was not the most fun hunt in the world, but we're getting through it. That's one good thing. How much have you missed? I am 1 hour and 15 minutes in. I know it's not ecchi. Oh, are you referring to the genre in general? That's lovely, Jenny. He jumps around a lot, doesn't he, this monster? I said he wouldn't last for a while, but I guess he's lasting. He's doing fairly well. He's fighting for his life in the arena, what can you say? Got some bombs down here. I never did drop that trap, did I? Well, I may as well put one down by these bombs, honestly. Oh, for fuck's sake, you couldn't have waited another moment, could you? Let's not line up with the bombs. Don't line up with the bombs, please, guys! It's not complicated. We've got ranged attacks coming, so you don't line up with the bombs, do you? It's not going to do much in the way of damage, but fuck. And that killed him. Don't line up with the bombs. The sun's returned, annoyingly. Oh god, I hate natural light. How am I supposed to do anything? Look how bright it is now. Are you fucking me sideways or what? Oh. Okay, I have to make a change. Look how bright it is. Can you comprehend this? Yeah, praise the sun. That's what's going on right now. The clouds have parted. Solair's spirit is with us. Unbelievable. How am I supposed to do anything when... And now it's toning back down. I mean, I hate natural lighting, I really do. During the summer months, when there aren't as many clouds and the sun is like shining directly into my room, I cover my window so that it's nice and dark, because that way I have consistent lighting. That's the way it is. It's fucking annoying, but it's what I have to do. That's part of my setup during the summer months. I don't fucking get that. I don't want that. At least I know what it is now. It's a carapace. Well, a cortex, rather. Alright. Well, weather rants unfortunately are necessary when you're having to deal with this kind of thing. Okay, I've got a lot to sell. Let's sell all of this, thank you. Goodbye. I'm not in need of money, as you can clearly tell, but anyway. Can you... I'm going to discard you. Get out of here. It's not good for your eyes to sit in the dark in front of a bright screen. That's what the Japanese tell you. Ever since that incident with the Pokemon episode. What I think it's... Is it Tokyo TV? They have to have that warning to say don't watch television with the lights off. And don't sit too close to the TV. I think it was Tokyo TV specifically. What woman? I don't know what hunter rank Venetius is. Let's find out. 341. Very good. I'm slowly but surely making my way to 500, which is nice. I'm always happy to see that. If I play this game consistently, I will slowly but surely get up the hunter ranks and, you know, give it another year and I'll be getting to, you know, 800 and maybe not. Okay, take it easy, Doomlink. That might be a bit too optimistic. I wasn't talking about that, Eduardo, but sure. Oh yeah, television in Japan is a waste of time. It's actually like a weird, creepy, alternate reality. Oh. I mean, it's funny to watch sometimes, but... yeah, it's bad. We do have, like, every now and again random Japanese broadcasts. Like, you know, sort of like international broadcasts, and sometimes you get Japanese TV shows, and, well, I haven't watched TV in a long time, I'm talking about, you know, when I used to watch TV as a child, and, oh, some of the shows were fucking just unbelievable. We don't get Japanese TV as normal, it's just, there are, like, channels that you can flip to that have international broadcasts, and, oh, the Japanese TV was something special. And it's never changed, it's been that way for a long time now. Just really basic level entertainment, with people that are far too happy to be doing what they're doing. Really just creepy. Oh, I'm not talking about the soap operas, but I think I would, I think I'd enjoy a Japanese soap opera. I haven't watched one. I think that'd be funny. I enjoy soap operas in a humorous sort of way, not in a... Some people take them quite seriously. I don't know what we're doing. I guess we're leaving it up to Brandon at this point. Go for it, Brandon. Yeah, I'm talking about those really dumb TV shows where, you know, the contestants have to participate in a game. Those ones. I'm sure there's a genre to explain that, but I don't know what it is. Game show. There you go. Oh, Doomlink. Oh, Doomlink. Game show. Thanks. He's so smart, isn't he? I'm sure there's a genre. Yeah, game show. Dickhead. Anyway. Submarine Struggle. I haven't done this in a long time. It's also in the water arena. Actually, I have done this. I think I did it like a year ago. Maybe not even, come to think of it. I think I did this somewhat recently, like a few months ago. Anyway, the point of the matter is that I don't do this quest often. As far as what I would like to use, I think I'll bring the Apocalypso. Unless no one's using... Actually, no. I saw... Yeah, everyone's using status. We've got slime and two slime and 1 paralysis is what we've got, so I'm not bringing the Apocalypso. Unless I finally got that other fire hunting horn. Did I? No. Agnacteon. What do I need to fucking upgrade that? That's an attack up fire hunting horn, I think. The problem with this hunting horn is that it's so situational. Steel Uragan Scoot? It's high rank. Shit. It gives attack up, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, it will give attack up large as it upgrades, but... Oh, that's annoying. It's getting too fucking bright outside. let me fix that. One moment. Annoying as it is. Now, I do not fix the brightness outside by turning down the sun. It's just, I don't need to explain, really. Of course, I lower the room lighting. Anyway. So. What would I like to bring, then? Let's go with gunlance. Gunlance is fun. I'll bring a fire gunlance so that I can do good damage to both. What the fuck is this? Oh. No wonder it was so unfamiliar to me. This is a gunlance that I only made somewhat recently because for some reason I didn't have a fire gunlance that wasn't the fucking Morales gunlance. You people. They departed without me. You didn't answer. You didn't answer. You gave me what? 60 seconds to answer? Let me know. What do you mean, let me know, you fuckwit? You absolute clown. What a fucking fool. I can't believe it. I mean, it is not rocket science. The guy had posted the quest. The quest had been on the board for about 3 minutes, guys. We're not talking about a long period of time. We are not talking about a long period of time. This is not taking place within the context of like a 10-minute wait. This is like 3 minutes between the quest being posted and this guy departing without me. It's not fucking complicated. You sit there and you wait. That's what you do. He couldn't see what I was doing. It was different when we departed without Mia previously because we could see that Mia was sitting in one place. We could confirm that Mia was AFK. A precedent must have been set in his mind where, oh, let's depart without people if they're AFK. However, he could not confirm what I was doing. Because I was in the prep area. I could have been upgrading a weapon. I could have been choosing an armor set. When I'm doing both of those things, I'm not reading the chat. Absolutely ridiculous. It's complete stupidity. No. I'm not hunting with him further. No. And I'm not going to give him a parting remark. He's a fucking fool. Joining this room. Fucking idiot. It's common sense. Everything that I've described is not in any way related to game sense. It is common sense, common decency. That is how you deal with people in life. Has nothing to do with game sense. Fucking idiot. I'm perfectly content to wait for these people to return. I will not be hunting with that person again. Unbelievable. Anyway, Complete idiot. It is pure impatience is what it is. I've been dealing with this. I mean, I really have been dealing with exactly that situation for so many years that it really has to go one of two ways. Either you develop an insensitivity to it, or you become increasingly frustrated as you watch the same thing happen over and over and over again with so many different people. It's the latter. I'm sick of it. Have some fucking decency and some common sense. Employ some common sense, and it might get you a long way, not only in game, but perhaps in life as well. In fact, certainly in life. It is Echt Schlenkerler Weizen. It's a German beer, which is doing little to pacify me at this time. I was playing with Skullbot yesterday, actually. Oh, he was the one that was hosting the room that I was in N10. Or that I was with N10 in. There you go. That's how we phrase things in English. Yeah, I've talked about it a few times, Eduardo. It's been a subject of conversation because it's a beer that I'm sort of on the fence about. Not sure if I like it or not. I'm enjoying it more today than I was yesterday, but I don't think I'll be getting it again. I just can't believe the behaviour of some people in this game. Anyway, he likely misunderstood the situation before. Again, a precedent was set in his mind where it's fine to depart without people who are AFK. So really what it came down to was his misunderstanding of the situation. He just assumed that because I wasn't responding, I was AFK, so it's fine to depart without me. Now, the reason why it was fine to depart without Mia was precisely because of the scenario in which she had joined. She had refused to leave, like, as far as I was concerned, and certainly as far as he was concerned, as far as everyone was concerned. Mia was not, like, one quest away from being able to do our quests. So, yeah, the situation was very different. That was a person who refused to give their space up to someone else, and was instead insisting on doing a quest of their own, but was AFK when we returned. And so, you know, we'll depart without them, fuck that. Don't have time for people who... The point of the matter is that the situation was rather different, but I'm sure that in his mind he thought it was the same situation, and that I wasn't happy with it because I was on the receiving end of the negative consequence. He probably thinks that I, you know, is sort of a double standard where it's fine to leave without one person, but it's not fine to leave without me. But unfortunately, the situations were not the same. So, yeah. I can't imagine 12-year-olds drinking in Russia as the norm. I think that would be very unusual. What I can tell you is that, historically speaking, the children drank beer, and the reason why was because, rather than drinking water, as we do today in a very natural way, people just drank beer. I mean, I'm sure they drank water as well because hydration, even if they had a limited understanding of hydration. And of course, understanding of the human body and of human function in general has gone up and down. Like, we had a lot of knowledge, then we lost it, then we had a lot of knowledge, then lost it again, probably. But the point is that during what I suppose would be referred to as the Dark Ages and the years following, and also a little before, drinking beer to hydrate was sort of the normal thing. Well, perhaps not even hydrate, you know, just to drink a beverage. Needless to say, don't drink beer if you intend to hydrate. You know, these people who say, I'm thirsty, I'm going to drink a beer, those people need a good smack, because it's not that they're thirsty that they drink a beer, it has more to do with the fact that they want to drink a beer. The thirst part of it has nothing to do with it, because drinking a beer is not going to quench your thirst. It does very much the opposite. Maybe it gives the illusion of a thirst being quenched. It is literally nothing more than that, because it is not doing that in your body. It is actually further dehydrating you. I do have a Discord server. I'll send that now. I actually don't think to do that. It is not a server that's just open to literally anyone who can see the link, but it is open to people who watch me on a semi-regular or even regular basis. I should say that in the reverse. But yeah, I will send an invite through to you. Mark left the port. I can only assume he disconnected or something. I'll create an invite there. Come on. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I keep meaning to let you know, Eduardo. I do have a server. Because it was funny, I realised, hold on. I talked to you on Hunsterverse, why aren't you in my server? It's one of those weird mental disconnects, and I've been meaning to send an invite through but haven't gotten around to it. Now you can join it. That's where notifications go out every time I go live, although you're not forced to receive them, that is your choice. And, yeah. That's how that goes. Now, I was willing to sit here and wait for these people to return, and as I understand it, they're still in their quest. I've got no idea what they're doing. They could be doing a fucking super event for all I know, but the point is that I was not going to hunt with Brandon again. You know, I had to make the point, even if he was unable to comprehend it, because I do believe that his position was based upon a misunderstanding of what was going on, and of what is appropriate and what's inappropriate. I had to leave to make it clear that that was not okay. So, you know, I can't be in control of people's misunderstandings, but I can at the very least communicate my supreme displeasure. And I feel that that was done robustly in that situation. That's good to hear. I'm glad that you have reached G rank. So Caesar is here. I will give you the appropriate roles. Oh, hold on. I've been here for so long that my fucking controller has died. Well, not died. Gone inactive. Oh no, not this crap again. Don't worry, I'm just grumbling about a Discord-related issue. Serve members, give you that, and also notify me. I'm giving you a role that will cause you to be pinged every time I go live. If you don't want that, let me know. It's given to people by default, but people are not required to have it. Trent has visited the port. Hello, Trent. What's going on with you? You are Hunter Rank something. Hunter Rank 1. With the Buster Sword and leather set. This is not the room for you. No, don't go to the quest giver. There's nothing on the quest board, I can assure you of that much. There's nothing there. Hello. I don't have the heart to tell him that he needs to leave. So he's just going to have to find out on his own. Which might actually be less helpful to him, but I don't know, I'm assuming this is... Yeah, this is a G-rank room, isn't it? Ah, it's in the information. I can use that as a basis to tell him to fuck off. I'm not literally going to tell him to do that, but... Yeah, Hi, Trent, this is a G-rank room, which is HR6+. Hopefully that's enough to communicate the situation to him. If... Ready for what? Ready to be boosted to G-rank? Is that what you're saying? What? I've never had that before, that's a new one. Telling a Hunter Rank 1 that it's a G rank room and they say, yeah, I'm ready. What? Let us slaughter what? What is going on? What I'm saying is that you can't join our quests. Which is kind of the only possible conclusion one can draw from what I've said, because you can compare your hunter rank to what I've just said, which is 6. I mean, unless he doesn't realize that you have to be a specific rank to join a quest. You can join mine. You can fuck. You can fuck off. That's what you can do. I mean, this conversation is obviously... This Trent person is, without a doubt, an alternate account of a person that has played this game before. So I'm happy to engage in this with that understanding. But if the person does insist on... Where is my whiskey? Hello? Oh, there you are. Couldn't find my whiskey. Yeah, seriously, if the guy insists on staying in the room, then I am going to appeal to the room host to kick this person. But if they choose not to for whatever reason, then I suppose I'm going to have to leave the room. Which is not an ideal situation for the reason that I've been sitting here for a while, waiting for them to get back. Actually, that's usually not a 1,000 dead jackies, okay. Yeah, in a serious conversation I wouldn't be nitpicking people's grammar, but in a non-serious discussion, I'm happy to do that. I'm basically outlining the fact that his troll is fundamentally flawed because he can't speak properly. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you've got a hunter rank 999, who is no doubt the original account of this person. This is what happens when you've literally got nothing else to do with your time than create an alt account and type this sort of crap. The only possible way for this to make any sense is that it is a hunter rank 999 who's got nothing else to do with their time than to do this. Lacent. I feel like I've seen that before. Or listened. I don't know what sort of patience these people think I have. I don't know what quest they're doing, to be honest. If it's a super event, then that really does suck. I don't regret leaving the room that I left, but I'm pretty annoyed that I'm having to sit here waiting for this long. Apparently my laugh is menacing as hell, which is good to know. I don't genuinely laugh, or like I don't laugh a lot in my recordings because really funny stuff doesn't happen, but that's how I laugh. I've got a pretty... If I laugh really hard, you better believe it's like a hyena. That's the way it is. Who's gonna wet my blade? This is my main. No, it's not. What's frustrating is that I'm stuck listening to this guy's crap while I wait for these people to return. If, you know, N10, if you weren't having erotic roleplay, we could have bypassed all the fucking misery that has transpired in this recording. 100 hours of playtime. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't ask for things like this to happen while I'm live, but sometimes you want to hunt and there's no hunt. Well, he was in a room with one other person called Erotic RP, which, of course, was not actually Erotic RP, it was just a joke title for the room. Unless he was genuinely role-playing with that person, erotically, and felt the need to let everyone know. Which I find difficult to imagine. But yeah, I have suffered as a result, although it is not N10's responsibility to deliver me from pain and inconvenience that is associated with being a single hunter trying to find a room in the community that is not shit. Why would it stop working? I'm not going to be getting on voice chat with the guy. I mean, it would be funny to do it. Imagine if I did that. I could get my gamepad and do it right now. Why would you keep typing then? There are a number of reasons why. Probably because not everyone is on VC. Let us commence vocalization. Alright, let's do it. Got my gamepad. Let's talk to him. Hey, can you hear me, mate? I'm commencing vocalization as you requested. Volume's on, can't hear you. Microphone's on, still can't hear you. Are you talking or what? Yeah, it's on N10. It says microphone on. Should be on. There's nothing being Surely you are capable. Yes, I am. Well, no, hold on. Let me make sure that... Well, that should demonstrate. Hear how you can hear that? Hear how you can hear that, yeah. Mic sensitivity 3, mic input on, yeah, it's all on. Are you on the fucking voice chat or not, mate? I've literally got nothing better to do with my time right now than to talk to you, so if you could get on the microphone, that would be phenomenally appreciated. Unless part of your troll is to get me to waste my time further by trying to communicate with you. Microphone off. I'll keep the speakers on my gamepad in case he wants to talk. Oh, here we go, here we go. You on the mic now, mate? Turn on your speakers. Hello?
Yo.
How you doing? Can you hear me? Am I transmitting successfully? Fuck. Can you hear me now? It is a yes or no question. Can you hear me now?
Oh, it comes out the gamepad, does it?
Yes, it does. There is nowhere else for it to come out. Well, I suppose it could come out of the TV. Oh, you can hear me now, can you? That's lovely. I've literally got nothing better to do with my time than to talk to you right now, so I hope you're going to find some entertainment in this.
Yep, fucking Catan. This sounds like dog shit. This sounds like a fucking CB radio.
Well, what I'd recommend that you do is actually plug in some earphones to your gamepad. It actually makes a big difference. The problem is not with the mic quality, it's with the speakers of the gamepad.
Yeah, I could imagine. Is there any, do you hear?
What?
Does your voice?
You're cutting out. I'm going to have to ask that you vocalize with greater amplitude. Bring the microphone...
More so
Okay, not that much amplitude. That's a bit too much. Honestly, We Speak was better than this shit.
I wasn't even expecting the servers to still be up. Figured I'd find and see and fucking 19 souls included. Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that. I thought the servers were going to shut down like 4 years ago. Oh, it looks like they're coming back. Oh, here we go. Fucking hell.
I could have sworn they announced.
Oh, they were fighting Elatrion. Fucking bastards. I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes waiting for them to come back. I must have just joined when they departed. Can you go and log into your main account so that we don't have to have a spot in this room taken up by a guy who can't do the quest that we're doing? If you could do that, that would be really appreciated.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm unsure if my internet connection current,
Well, get better internet or something.
I'll be here anyway. Nah, mate.
Well, if not only...
Player lifestyle.
Yeah, well... At this rate, there's not much that I can do to... I mean, this is a situation where not only are you an inappropriate hunter rank 2 hunt with us, but you can't even hunt with us because of your internet connection, apparently. So you literally have no reason to be in this room at all. Mate.
Fucking chill.
Well, fucking, you've literally got nothing to say in response. Like, you realise that you need to fuck off or something at this point, surely. I'm a what?
You're a knob.
I'm a knob. I have a knob. I wouldn't describe myself as being a knob.
I am not so sure.
You're not so sure. Would you like some time to evaluate it?
I am uncertain.
I'm perfectly content to give you time to make a determination. Actually, no, I'm not. The sooner you leave the room, the better. Okay, how about I put this to you? Are you willing to join with your main account and see if your internet is good enough to play with us?
Hang on,
Okay. I'm hanging on, but I'm not sure what for.
You a fan of single malt scotch?
Oh. Oh, I see. Who are you?
Hey?
Who are you? That's the question that I'm asking.
Who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
What does that have to do with single malt scotch?
What it has to do with is that I've worked out that you're watching the live stream, so who are you?
What? Dude, no, okay, like, I genuinely have no idea that you're live streaming.
I'm drinking Scotch whiskey while talking to you on a live stream, mate.
Oh shit, what are you drinking?
Oh, it's nothing special, it's just Bell's whiskey. It's a blend, but I do like single malt. I purchase for quantity over quality, but...
Right on, well, there's some good blends.
I'm very confused as to why you asked that question. It seems a little bit too coincidental.
I don't know, man.
You had this sudden urge to ask me if I like single malt Scotch whiskey. That's not a typical question to ask of a person. Well, it's a bit odd. It's not necessarily an offensive question, it's just very specific.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure.
You know what would be fucking great? Actually, two things would be great. The first thing would be that these people get a fucking hunt going, and the second good thing would be if you could join with your main account and hunt with us.
How many people are watching you?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, there's nothing else going on. I left a room because a guy departed without me because he is a profoundly retarded individual. And so I was forced to join this room. This was basically my only option. And these people were on an Elatrion quest. And so when you offer to talk with me over voice chat, that really gives me an opportunity to, at the very least, do something mildly entertaining for my audience while I sit here waiting for these people to actually hunt. But quite frankly, I think this is overstayed its welcome.
How many viewers you got?
I don't know. I'll check right now. It's nothing very impressive. It would be like... I've got 6 people right now listening to this crap. This rather down-market exchange.
Holy break.
Yeah. You're fucking famous.
I'll tell you what, a lot more people I'd figured to be out there watching friggin' Monster Hunter 3 accounts, let alone fucking 19 people out there playing it right this very minute.
Well, exactly. So I suppose you wouldn't expect much more than that, but still. If it pleases you to know, you sound like you're on a radio
I'll
or something.
boot up my,
It literally sounds like you're transmitting over a radio. It's so bad.
Yeah, no, it's dog shit. Listen, I'll jump on my main. I have no fucking recollection as to what I even have on said main, but it's at the very least high enough rank to fucking do one hunt.
Well, what I would like to assure you of is that this is not going to continue. Like, I'm not going to be chatting to you over the fucking gamepad this whole time. Once we're in a hunt, we're hunting.
No.
So, yeah. In fact, what I would say is that you go and get on that account right now, because Skullbot's got a quest on the board. And, well, he's gone and done that. He's gone and done that. Okay, well that was one way to keep things fun. If I sound really, really, like, up his ass, it's because the last time I was voice chatting on video games was back in the Call of Duty days. That's how I used to talk to people back on Call of Duty, as I'm sure you can imagine. So, that's why I talk like that. Anyway, it's sort of like, I was like regressing into a previous version of myself, a very unfriendly, abrasive version of myself. But anyway, go without me, IBRB AFK, says Synatic. Well, I regret to say that this is this is Abyssal laggy. I don't really want to 2-man it. We might be able to 3-man if this guy can get his fucking main account in. But yeah, at this rate, I don't know. I also have no idea how audible he was. It sounds bad enough in person. I'm sure that... I mean, I've got a pretty good microphone, so I'm sure that it picked it up fairly well, but it probably sounded like complete shit. What I wonder is if you can really understand what he was saying. I don't really know. Okay. He was pretty convincing as far as him not actually watching the livestream. I didn't believe for a moment initially that he wasn't watching the livestream. To ask a question like that. Do you like single malt scotch? That's oddly specific. For the most part you could? Well, that's good. For the most part I could as well. Like, I couldn't understand all of it. But, yeah. The point of the matter is that I think he actually genuinely was not watching the live stream, which is pretty funny. Very odd question to ask given the situation. Actually, I should try to speed up the hunt as much as I can. And bring this. Trenton, there you go. He's back. I don't know if it's worth communicating with him again. Well, at least. Alright, what's your hunter rank? Oh, hold on, I can see it. 106? It's Abyssal laggy, so
Yes.
get set up for it, man.
Just for the record, I've not played this game in, I believe I checked, and I think it was like 5.5 years or some bullshit, so...
That sounds about right.
Good.
Now, the community's changed a little bit since then. Have you played Monster Hunter recently?
Yeah, I played a bit of
My question was if you had played Monster Hunter, not World. That's not a Monster Hunter game.
Well, this was the last thing I played.
Well, there you go. Let's see what you can do. I don't know if Skullbot's gonna post. He posted before, but... Oh, I hope he didn't fucking solo the quest. If he soloed the quest, I'm gonna actually lose my shit. I'm gonna dump ass right in this chair and I'm gonna be fuming. Hold on, let me ask him. If he fucking soloed it, I'm gonna lose it. If he soloed it, like, I'm gonna tell him to come back. And if he doesn't come back, then I'm gone. End of live stream and I'll be spewing, as they say in Australia. What the bloody hell? He might be still getting ready for the quest, I don't know. He had posted it before, so... Well, I've already employed patience beyond measure up until this point, so if he wants to test it further, then he's welcome. But this is starting to push me over the edge.
You're a self-important town, right?
Well, no, not necessarily. It's just that I was willing to wait for him to finish his quest for the best part of 15 minutes. So the sooner we can get into this quest, the better.
Dude, this looks dope. Look at this. This looks fucking edgy as fuck.
Yeah. What's going on here? Full Giganox. Oh, I've seen worse. I've seen worse. That's fine. And yes, you do.
This fits the bill. This is straight to... This is 2013 for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was playing back when it came out. There were so many people playing. You had like 300 to 400 people playing at any given time. It was good. And now you're lucky to find fucking 15 people. Skullbot is seemingly unwilling to hunt without Sonatic. Because Sonatic is AFK and Skullbot has decided to take this time to build an armor set instead of hunting. When I logged into this game, I did not do so to engage in some sort of social interaction. I did so to hunt. But I've been having trouble doing that.
Nah, man, that's what I'm here for.
Are you sure? Looked like social interaction was a big part of your previous communications. Because you definitely weren't hunting at Hunter Rank 1 in a room that was for G Rank hunters.
Says you.
Says me. I don't really think that you can refute that point.
I didn't see you put a fuss up.
Well, it's a G Rank room. I'm not going to put a quest that you can join on the board. If you can very well understand that. Find out. Well, now that you've joined with an appropriate profile, we can actually hunt. Ugh. Just to go and post the quest myself. One of my viewers has evaluated you as a person. The word is dick.
As an individual.
I don't know why. You seem like a fairly upstanding person to me.
It's puzzling. I agree.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I've probably been more abrasive and dickish to you than the other way around. So, not sure where that's coming from.
No, that's just this is just lost communication through and through.
Yeah. Looks like Skullbot doesn't want to depart with you. He doesn't seem to have much confidence that you'll be of any help to the hunt.
No, not likely.
Well, you can at least try. Can I ask you to try? Will you at least do your best? Well, it's not encouraging.
Whatever you food combos.
Well, anyway, end of transmission. It's hunting time. I'll talk to you again, never. Alright. Yeah, of course, he's fine. He's not like a complete idiot. But I do have to say that I didn't appreciate what he was doing as far as joining the fucking room with a Hunter Rank 1 character and then wasting our time. But yeah. So I will bring combination materials. With any luck, the other guy will actually come back before we depart on the quest. But that would be unlikely. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's the first time I've ever done anything like that on camera. I'll definitely clip that. That'll be funny. Something a bit different from the norm. At least it gives you an opportunity to hear how I communicate with people over voice chat and video games. It's very condescending. It's just it's a habit established from a community of Call of Duty players who were either exceptionally stupid or exceptionally unfriendly. So that's unfortunately what's happened as time has passed. Well, thank you, Takashi. Alright, so 3 people for this quest should be just fine. I don't think we're going to have a problem here. Unless Trenton dies 3 times. If he dies 3 times, then that's a problem. That's a major problem, actually, because needless to say, that's quest failure and there's not much that we can do about that. I guess what we can do, really, is try to kill the monster as quickly as possible and then hope that he doesn't die in that time, because it will be a short time. The sooner we can get it done, the better. Well, Kelby Bow is always good, but this is a very, very effective set that I'm using right now for this monster. Unless my shots sail above the fucking weak point and don't make contact whatsoever. That's really less than ideal. There we go, there's the knockdown. The reality of the situation is that with the set that I'm using right now, if you use it properly and use it effectively, you can quite easily solo the monsters. So if we're 3-manning and I'm using this set, we have no business failing. We have no business sitting in this quest for a long time. So if it does take a long time, then it means I could have done better, really. So I'm perfectly happy to take on that responsibility. And I'd like to think that the effectiveness of this set is being clearly demonstrated, and I think my inability to use it effectively is also being clearly demonstrated. Which really is at odds with the previous statement. Anyway. Now we're on to fire. Trying to get that weak point. The point is that we want... Yeah, this is actually a good run. This is a good run, I can tell. The point is that we want to be staying in peak performance the whole time. I don't know what Skullbot is pinging for. What are you pinging for? Was it an accidental ping? Is that what we're dealing with here? Oh, Fnatic just returned. Synatic, sorry, not Fnatic. Fnatic is some fucking... what do they call it again? Esports thing. Or is it... yeah, that's what it is. Some esports team for League of Legends, I think. I only know that. I wouldn't know that except that my friend has been watching League of Legends esports from its inception. So he's kind of invested and I have to fucking hear about it. And yes, he's watching Worlds as we speak. So I have to hear about it. I could always be wrong. Maybe Fnatic is not that. It's something. In other words, it's information that has been shared with me that I have no control over. If I could be out of the loop, then I'd be very happy to be out of the loop, but I can't. Because sometimes you can't control what your friends talk about. In fact, most of the time. And you shouldn't have that ability. Because that, you know, it's a friendship, not a fucking slave-master relationship. Although some people might be confused as to the difference between the two. Get away. Let's see if I can avoid this follow-up. No. I wasn't even close to avoiding that. I do think this... oh, whoops. I've been in the fucking middle of the screen the whole time. I did not realize that. Annoying as that is. This is why I try to check the live stream playback as much as I can, because you never know when something's out of order. And the sooner I fix it, the better. Which means that I should be checking fairly often to make sure that everything is in order. We should be able to sub 5. Actually, Skullbot's using the same setup, so this shouldn't take too much longer, surely. I'm out of range. Damn it. I didn't bring combination materials, I don't think. Not for fire. So I can only hope that he'll die fairly soon. Oh, we got a paralysis from Trent. Very good. That is very helpful to our plight. I think he's going to die pretty soon. Realistically, Skullbot and I... there you go. Done. I actually thought that was my death because of the sudden scene change right in time with when I possibly could have taken a hit, so I thought that was me dying or something, but yeah. Come on, Dynamo. Don't be too optimistic. The best thing to do is not sit there begging for a dynamo. What you do is you detach, and you let the dynamo come when it needs to. Oh, believe me, I'm not. I'm well versed in how long it takes to farm for stuff. Now, Trenton is... well, he's... I guess the LMFAO. I genuinely thought that he was bullshitting, but I think the LMFAO is probably a genuine expression of holy shit, I actually got it, and the fact that I got it given the circumstances is ridiculous. But anyway, I think that's my last time. I had a good run, but I need to finish up. I was ranked 461. I'm not going to be telling that guy what my Twitch is. Some would do that, I don't really need to. I don't feel the need to. He's not really a Monster Hunter player, clearly. I mean, he has played in the past. Dynamo give by the power of the sea. That's all for me. I'm done. Goodbye. I do thank you all for watching. I'll listen back to that exchange that I had with the person to see just how audible he was. Yeah, pretty awful quality, but it was very much a spontaneous situation, and yeah. I do thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time I'm recording Monster Hunter or anything else you would like to watch of mine. I will see you then. Bye-bye for now. Oh, get your fucking mouse and stop the stream.